Good morning and welcome back to the Teacher's Wake-Up Call with Madame la Prof. The coffee is hitting today because it is particularly chilly. In Celsius, it feels like -5. I know. It is. Oh, we definitely saw the double chins there. I love it. That used to be like a regular joke between my sister and I, between my sister and me, who had the best double chins. You know, when you force it like that, so much fun. But it is particularly chilly today, so the coffee, the extra hot coffee, feels lovely. It hits just right, just that little sweet spot. So what's happening today? So I'm not going to talk about anything too incendiary. Let's not start a flame war. But I was amused twice yesterday. I was approached by students with questions pertaining to things that I am not involved in. Now you're going to say, you know what? They see you as a good reference. They see you as someone reliable. They see you as someone trustworthy, someone in the know, and that's great. But I'm very much the newbie at this school. I know, I'm a very old newbie, but I'm very much the newbie in the school. So when I am approached with a question like, Miss, what's my schedule for the grad pictures? I don't know. Do I look like the person who's responsible for the grad? I just got here. It hasn't even been like a full 3 months. And you're asking me questions about things that I'm not involved in? Like, you are aware I'm a new person here. Now, I might seem annoyed about it, but I am flattered because of the reasons that I mentioned before. They see me as as someone who they can trust to get answers, and I like that. Now, will they do that to any teacher? Possibly, probably. But at the same time, does that mean that I give off an aura of, hey, I've been doing things for quite some time, I might know a thing or two? Now, I have to be careful with that because I don't want to seem arrogant, and I'm not. But at the same time, the fact that I might give off that vibe, that aura of a leader, of someone who has a certain level of responsibility, might influence some people into counting on me for answers. And I don't know if that's always necessarily a good thing. I'm very much a new person here. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I don't want to play in another person's sandbox. There's an expression in French that I'm trying to translate and it doesn't quite translate very well. So I'm just going to stick with that. Jouer dans les plates-bandes de quelqu'un d'autre. You know. So I'm translating it into like, I don't want to play in another person's sandbox because I know very well that I am a new person here. There are traditions, there are routines, there are habits that have been established by the people who have been here before me. And I can't just like come in, wave a magic wand and say, it's a chopstick. It's like, where did she pull that? You know, my jar of utensils here, you know, and have chopsticks. So I don't want to be that person waving a magic wand, claiming that I've got the best solutions, the best answers. For instance, earlier this week, we had an assembly. Of course, because I've organized, I don't know how many assemblies before. I'm looking at this and dissecting it. But I have to do it very carefully because I'm not familiar with the ins and outs of this school yet. I am not fully familiar with the restrictions, the limitations that might exist. I had to relocate. My colleague came in, and of course I never want to include people in my videos without their consent, especially first thing in the morning. You know, not everyone's an early bird, an early morning person like I am. So as I was saying, so for instance, another example, I don't know everybody's routines yet, and I'm still very much the new person in this school. But I find it very flattering, very comforting, very reassuring that there are still some people who will come to see me, students who will come to see me and ask me questions like, hey, do you know this? Or what's happening with this? I guess I'm doing something right because I'm trying to create connections and bonds with students that will make it so that they see me as a good contact or as an adult they can trust. And to me, that is super important in teaching. You need to create that trust that is necessary for learning, that environment where, you know, students know that they will not be judged. So I find that amusing. I find that, not amusing. I find that comforting, flattering, amusing, all balled up into one little thing. So yeah, so this is not my classroom, this is my colleague's classroom. It was potentially supposed to be the classroom I was going to get, but I didn't. It reminds me very much of my old classroom, because it's big, it's big. I'm not saying that my classroom isn't big, but this is big, this is big. On that lovely note, folks, have yourselves a lovely morning.